So today I decided to have a look at the filters inside the MPC and see what the curves are from the filters. So let's start with a low pass filter. So low pass filter number 1, I'm going to start with the cutoff now, up to the middle. And let's have a look at that curve. You can see that it has a long tail. So the cutoff point is around 500 Hertz. Going all the way down now. If we cut it all the way, we still get that. We get that bit right there. I'm going to push it up now, and I'm going to compare it with number 2. Okay, and you can see that the curve has changed. Let's try a different. So that's number 4 now, and we can see that the bandwidth is getting smaller. That's number 6 now. Low pass number 8. So we can see that the curve now, it's much steeper now. It's really small. It goes down right after the cutoff point. If we're going to compare it to number 1, we can see that there's a big difference right there. You have a long curve with number 1. There's a lot of frequencies there that are still in the range. Then we have the 3000 low pass filter as well. And this one kind of looks like the low pass filter number 2. They're very much alike, you know. Before, let's have a look here at number 8. I want to cut it all the way and just see that, you know, it takes everything away. Just leaves you that low end. If you compare it to 1, you still have a bit of frequencies in there. It leaves you with a bit more bandwidth in the low end as well. So let's try the high pass filters. So we have the cutoff all the way, and if we push it, we can see the curve right there from the high pass number 1. It leaves you only with the high ends. You get just that high end right there. Okay, let's try a next high pass. Let's go to number 2 now. Big difference right there. And I'm going to change the cutoff right here. You can see right at the end, it gives you a bit of a slope right there. It's useful just to take away those low ends and keep the rest of the frequencies. That's really cool. So yeah, big difference between high number 1 and number 2. So let's go into number 4. Let's start from here. So it's similar to number 2 as well. They get that slope, but it doesn't cut the low ends all the way down. And once we get there up to the end, we get that crazy curve there. I'm using pink noise here. Like band cut right there. So let's go for number 6, and yeah, it's pretty normal, straight line there. The curve is really nice. We get that slope once we start to cut everything up to the low parts. The same slope right there. That slope right there, but it doesn't cut the frequencies all the way down. If we go all the way with a high frequency, we get that difference then in the curve right there. It just gets a straight shot curve. Let's compare it with number 1. The number 1 doesn't have that curve right there. Number 6, if you have a look there, get that slope there. You got a bump right there at the end with number 8. It's very useful if you want to just take out that low end of the bass, just so you don't get frequencies mixed. So it's good to see these things. It allows you to have a better perspective on the filters as well. I'll compare this with 4 now. It changes the slope, changes a little bit. And number 2 kind of disappears there. So 8 seems to be really good just to take those low ends. So let's have a look at bandpass now. So this is number 2. And we got that curve there from the bandpass. Let's go number 4. So let's go for 6. Yeah, it gets a bit smaller. And then number 8, it just gets in that area alone. That's pretty cool as well to see that. So number 8, if you push the resonance up, let me just see what the other ones do as well. Same thing. Okay, let's go for band stop now. Okay, you can see that curve right there with the band stop, just taking out the frequencies that you want with the cutoff. That's a good bandwidth. Let's go for the band stop 4 now. Gets a bit bigger, the bandwidth. Let's go for 6 now. Let's go for number 8. Okay, let's have a look at the band boost now. So band boost doesn't give you much unless you go and pop the resonance up. It will show you the curve right there. So it doesn't give you much. Actually, what the band boost does, so it increases the frequency. So I'm actually doing this wrong. I should have a lower frequency that could be pushed up. But we can see the curve right there if we boost the resonance. So let's go for the models. Let's go for model 1. It's kind of like a low pass. It's not a low pass. It is a low pass filter. So we can see that curve right there. It has a nice curve. So model number 2. They look like the low pass filter number 2. So this is model number 3 now. They look like low pass number 2. They have kind of like the same curve. Let's go to the model again. Model 1. Yeah, the curve is very similar. Now let's go to model 2. It seems that the cut point changes it a little bit with the model 3. Yeah, but that's the model, and that's a low pass. If we go to the vocals now, they're interesting. They're like a band pass. It's interesting because you can kind of work as a low pass and a high pass at the same time. So if you push it all the way to one side, it works like a high pass. And if you push it all the way to the other side, it works like a low pass. Not really, but kinda. It does that. So that's interesting as well. Can kind of use it that way. And the curves are very similar to one another. One's a bit larger than the other. Good for vocals, right? You get those middle frequencies where the voice sits and takes out the low and the high ends. And that's what they're for. So, but it's good to know to see where they start to cut and how long the bandwidth is. So that was it. That was the view of the filters. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I kind of know more about the filters now. I have a better understanding. It's good to see all this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them. If you want to see more about this, tell me and I'll make more videos. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.